welcome to Mystic Star Magic. Oh, I'm so happy you are here. So today's reading is pregnancy messages that you need to hear right now. So whether you're trying to get pregnant, or whether you are pregnant, or whether your significant other is pregnant, yes, let's get those messages out. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is pile 1. It's a very pretty card. This is pile 2, and these are my whimsical oracle cards. So this is pile 2, and you can find them on Etsy. This is pile 3, and then this is going to be pile 4. Very exciting. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Close our eyes. Release any tension, like shift around a little bit if you will, and clear your mind. And now as you exhale, open your eyes. Choose whichever pile draws you to it. Alright, let's do this. Hello my friends from group 1. So thank you for all those who have been with me before and who have watched, joined the channel, joined our little community here. So thank you for being here again. And if you're new, thank you for giving me a chance to read your cards. It actually does, it's very exciting. So hopefully you'll get the messages. And what I say is take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And so let's get into it. So this is for pregnancy messages, whether you're trying to get pregnant, whether you are pregnant, whether it's somebody you care and love about is pregnant. Those are all important things. Okay, I'm just gonna set everything up and we're gonna go through it here. Okay, let's see, is there enough room? Yeah, I think we have. Okay, perfect, more than enough room. And like I said, this is my whimsical oracle. You can find it on Etsy, and I'm also going to be using Teddy Bear Love by V Love and Tarot. So, and the Pixicans, I'll be using that as well. Okay. All right. We're going to use all of this together. So, I do want to say winter will be an important time of the. Like it could be an important time of the year, so it could be that could be when you might conceive or when you might actually deliver your little buddy. And so that's an important time. I almost feel like I am getting like during Christmas time. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm saying, like Christmas, New Year's time for you. Like almost like the perfect Christmas gift is what I'm seeing here. I do like that. I do see that you do have 2 queens. This is actually quite fascinating. So you have okay. And so I'm actually a little bit the Queen of Swords here is a little bit, so we can say, and I'll clarify this because I really do want to clarify it, but I'm going to say it anyways, just because I'm biased. So there might be an external influence coming through here with this Queen of Swords. It's reminding me of like your mother-in-law, mother-in-law, or maybe even a stepmom. Something where it's sort of like they actually are not like very pleased with like like pregnancy. They wouldn't want it to be. Now, yeah, there's that. So, but that's not something. That's just something that's there for the pregnancy. Doesn't mean that. And so what I'm seeing here to deal with her, right, is actually like a sense of compassion, which I think is very fascinating. Basically being like the bigger person, if you will. So that's something that, I really do like this. It's sort of like, okay. I do also see that if it's not this, this is like a general reading. So it's sort of like different energy. So I do feel like there might be something like somebody, again, like because of the 7 of Swords and then the 5 of Pentacles. And so this person might have that issue. And I guess this is good. I'm glad that you're telling us. It's because maybe they've had a tough, like growing up childhood or whatever it is. So then it makes them like a little prone to not to kind of not want others to be happy. I'm like saying that in like the nicest way possible, not judging, because I could see they had a tough time. But I could also see here, as far others of you, I do feel like it's almost like I really want you to concentrate on this Queen of Wands, because I see like there's a sense of giving, a sense of, but it could be a balance between the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. But I do think that there's a need for you to I take on more than you need to. Like, and I mean this in several ways, and I'm glad the baggage is there here. And I mean this in terms of maybe like taking on a lot of projects or taking on a lot of responsibilities, especially, you know, like people pleasing in a sense. I'm not saying that that's what you do, but you really are taking on too much for yourself, and that's sort of like that. I feel like the 10 of Wands, and even here, if you actually see the 7 of Wands, you're taking too much, and you're even like, there's some dropping of swords here. So you're taking a little bit too much on, but really, so what I'm seeing here is the 6 of Pentacles is that balance that you need to do, giving and receiving, right? That's the 6 of Pentacles, and you're just taking a little bit too much, and this is coming from a sense of scarcity. In terms, it could be about like, you know, like you want to be loved, I think, or you want, or if it's a financial thing, you want to make sure that you have, you know, like you're not left out in the cold. Yeah, but like it goes from the 5 of Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles. So for me, the solution to this 5 of Pentacles of yours is against this balance, and being willing to, like, there's a sense of compassion and also like giving. Let's see what other stuff is coming through here. Let's actually clarify all these things. And so when I say the Queen of Wands is really listening to like creativity, joy, it's just a very uplifting, like fun energy for me. And then the Queen of Swords could be highly critical, and I don't just mean towards others, but also towards yourself. So let's go ahead and clarify. So 5 of Pentacles. This is 5 of Pentacles sitting here. I love when things like that, like there's a magic to things when, like, for example, the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, right? You're taking too much because you are like, there's a sense of scarcity that's driving you to take on way too much. So since we clarified there, let's clarify this 10 of Wands over here. Page of Swords. Okay. So Page of Swords is needing to kind of speak the truth, be honest. Okay, let's see what the 7 of Swords is. Temperance, patience with yourself. Okay. Okay, Queen of Swords. What is this Queen of Swords doing here? 6 of Wands. Okay, there's a sense of victory here. What is this 6 of Pentacles doing here? The Hangman. Okay. And what is this Queen of Wands doing here? The Emperor. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay. So yeah, taking a little bit too much on here. Needing to speak, like, so when I'm seeing this speak truth here with this Page of Swords, I'm actually thinking in terms of like saying no when you want to say no, and saying yes when you want to say yes. So not saying yes to everything because you feel like you have to, because I feel like you're taking on like this, and it's actually, I almost feel like this baggage is preventing you from building. It might even be preventing you from, like, if you're pregnant, it's making it harder for you and for your baby. So this is important, right? We don't want to take on too much, because it's sort of like, I feel like it's depleting you. So that's what I'm saying. So you're carrying too much. No. let like the focus and be right now on building this life inside you. And for those of you who are trying to get pregnant, it's sort of like this baggage is again sort of taking its toll on, I think, physically on you as well as mental. Actually, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of mental too. So there's like a lot of things. So like one of those things is that you don't want to overstress yourself, and I feel like this is causing a lot of stress within you. Like you're, oh my goodness. So say yes when you mean yes, and say no when you know it. It's okay. Like I say this often. You can be the villain in other people's stories, but be the hero in your own story, right? Be your own hero, my friends. What else do I want to say here? Okay. Yeah, okay. And so with this Emperor and this Queen of Wands, this is where you need to start taking action. Like, I love the sunflower seed, like the sunflowers that are all around it. To me, it reminds me of the sun. It's really about, and with that, it's like taking action on your dreams and desires. Like there's a sense of creativity coming through here. And so it's interesting that it's about, your pregnancy, but I think it's something even bigger, because I feel like you're building something substantial. Like it could be that during this pregnancy you're actually or trying, or even just when you're trying to get pregnant, you're building, like you could be building a business, you could be building a brand, it could just be something that you're building that's going to help you later on too. And especially because you are worried about, I think, finances, maybe there's going to be more abundance coming through here. There is a sense also of the Six of Pentacles, looking at things with the Hangman, so looking at things from a different perspective. And really for me, it's a sense of like really looking at the things in a sense of having compassion, but also having compassion for yourself and looking for opportunities. There's opportunities for you. I almost feel like this is the role that you're used to playing, the Five of Pentacles. But I feel like if you can reverse the way you look at things, then you get to be the one that's giving out abundance. And in terms of, and that's important here, because I almost feel like there's a sense of wanting karma to come here. So looking at for opportunities. I'm thinking in terms of like, how would it be with pregnancy here? Because I almost feel like it's funny. Like maybe if somebody needs help, and this is interesting to me, like babysitting or something, that you babysit now, like you take care of them now, while you like maybe taking care of them, and then like later on they'll like help you. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but it feels like it's babysitting. It's something to do with helping others, to do with pregnancy. So this is interesting. And then this Queen of Swords could be, I could see, well, now, for like I said, for some of you, I really do feel like it's it could be like a mother-in-law or like stepmom, or somebody who, or even could be a friend who's maybe themselves are trying to get pregnant, or like have been, or maybe they aren't, but there's like, it feels like a single person. And I do think that they're like maybe not as happy. I don't know how to say it, because I don't want them to sound like they're bad. And I really do feel like, and I don't want to say that like they're sending you negativity or anything, but they are just not as pleased with this. They don't really want it. Again, but it's not your issue, it's just their issue. And I feel like the cards are being brought up here because it's sort of saying, have compassion towards them, but don't necessarily, like, you don't have to listen to them. You don't have to take their baggage. Don't take their baggage, actually, at all. Don't take it. Just like, understand that they have baggage, but don't take it. Like anybody who like, let's say you're like really excited and you're like, yeah, I've decided, I'm like, or you're excited that you're pregnant, or you're excited that you're trying to like build a family, and you're like, yeah, I'm very excited. And then there's this one person who poo-poos you. don't like take it personal. Like that's what I'm saying. Just look at them from a different perspective. Have compassion towards them, but don't take their baggage. Know that they have baggage, but don't take their baggage. Six of Wands, and I feel like if you can do that, if you can do, there's a sense of like they're going to like admire you even more. I do feel like that. I do want to say like, but don't take, like don't take crap from others in either like gently, in the most I guess diplomatic way. Just like say if this person wants you to do lots of stuff, you're just like, no thank you, I'm like, that's not something I want to do. And like it's okay. Like I said, you can be somebody, it can be a villain in somebody else's life. Here we do have Temperance again, and again I feel like even with the Seven of Swords, it's sort of like I feel like you need to find this balance within yourself. You're like, I feel like you're taking too much, or you're wanting to get things done too quickly. You don't take any shortcuts. It's sort of, it's what I always like. I know it seems like it's a great idea, like, oh, let's take it, but building, you want to build something solid. You want to build something that's that will withstand in time, and that's what I'm seeing here. Which is so funny to me, because I could totally see this like in pregnancies. For me, it's like not trying to do a whole bunch, but rather like enjoy the moments. Even as you're trying to get pregnant, enjoy that moment as well. And as you are pregnant, enjoy the actual like pregnancy. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to like, just really be there at every present like moment. I feel like that's why I feel like the Hangman is so important. It's almost like you're trying to do too much. And I've said that enough. Okay, let's see what the Teddy Bear Oracle has for us. Okay, what pregnancy messages do you want to say to the collective of group one? Oops, what do they need to hear? Kindness goes a long way. Yes, there is a sense of kindness. You see, I'm telling you, being compassionate and kindness towards others. Hold yourself accountable. There's also like the orange is really calling out to me. So there's like a creativity is also like your second chakra is so important, like creativity. And with this Queen of Wands, there's like a sense of creativity coming through here. And even here, you actually see that as well. So letting this creativity happen, whether it is that you're, like pregnant, like even then, just allowing yourself to be creative in this. And also if you're trying to get pregnant, but you have all these other ideas, like let those flow through here too, because it's not just about one thing. It's I think something bigger than that. So this is the Teddy Bear Oracle by Beloved Tarot. Use your bag of tricks. So from me, I think that it's all about like your creativity again, and especially if you are learning how to deal with others. Like if you have other people that you have to deal with, like your bag of tricks is like, how do you handle them? Use your compassion, your intuition, your highly intuitive, your creativity. So and I think you will resolve any and all problems here. The winter aspect here also, I did want to say with the winter, and even the Hangman, it's sort of going within yourself. Like I do feel like if you have been having like any like, how would I say, like questions, or like if you have any kind of problems that you're trying to solve, that's really all about creativity and your intuition going within yourself here as well. So let's see. Okay, so fire up your power and make things happen. Yeah, that's the Queen of Wands energy. How do you make it happen? Like, well, if you make that decision, I think that's also, if you're like vacillating, not sure, like, oh, should I have kids? Should I not? If your heart is telling you want to have kids, then go have kids. You don't have to listen to the Queen of Swords energy at all. You know, like really listening to your own self here. Yeah, that's what I would say, like make things happen. And I really do feel like if you are pregnant, I feel like there's a lot of creative energy in you right now. Like use it, like whatever it is. It doesn't, like even if it's a small like step of a small business, you can definitely do it here. We also have your biggest fear might just contain your greatest growth. Facing those fears of yours, which I think is a little bit of scarcity or being abandoned in some way. Nurture yourself. It's essential to well-being. So there's, again, they're nurturing, again, building, taking care of yourself, not like taking on everything, like taking on everything, basically. That's what I'm going to say. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing. I do have more pregnancy messages, so check those out as well. I'll try to remember to put some up here. So thank you so much, and I feel honored I was able to read your cards. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. Friends from group 2. All right, let's get you started. So thank you for being here. If you're new, thank you for giving me a chance. And if you're one of my older friends, thank you for coming back. We are all excited. This is very good energy here. So let's see. And we're gonna actually put, okay, we're gonna clarify this, but what I do want to say, if you are like, if you're trying to, like, I'm like, there's a sense of like, oh yeah, like, should I get pregnant, should I not? If you're like not sure about that, well, always listen to your own intuition and your own heart. But I do feel like what I'm seeing here is that there's a sense of and again, intuition here. I do feel like you want this. So I don't know why I'm saying that. Or if you are pregnant right now, it's almost like it's time for you to start planning. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, start now. And with 3 of Wands here, it's like it's time for you to start planning. in whichever way, whether you're trying to get pregnant or whether you're not. If you're not sure about like getting pregnant, maybe looking into information about like pregnancy and like, like that's what I would say for you. If you're already pregnant, like, okay, how do we take care of ourselves now, but also like, what's next? All right, what's the next thing? So like being a parent, right? So like, and even just like that transition from being like pregnancy to like a newborn. So maybe planning that out, start to do this now, not just like waiting for later. Yeah, I feel like there's a sense here. And I do feel like the Queen of Pentacles for me is such a beautiful woman. If you're trying to get pregnant, this is a good time right now to do it. Like, yeah, I would say like, take prenatals if you're needing to do so. Like, there's a sense of really like taking care of yourself. It's like almost like if you're dreaming it, if you're dreaming it, right, if you're thinking about it as if it's going to happen, rather than like, oh, I don't know, like, yes, have trust and have faith in it as well. Intuition, yeah, very strong one. I'm going to clarify, but I just wanted to get those ones on, because I feel like if you start, okay, if you start now, if that's the thing, then it's going to be like, you're going to be on course. Everything is going to like kind of work out, and then it's going to be like you're on fire, like things are heating up. So I do like this. It's almost like, but you have, like, the main message is you have to start now. Whether you're planning for being, like being a parent, it's time for you to like look into this. Whether you want to get pregnant, okay, so how do I go about, like, the getting pregnant, and what is pregnancy going to be like? So that's important messages coming through. We're going to start with the High Priestess. What is this High Priestess doing here? Knight of Swords. Okay. What is the actually it's not 7 of Cups, but it's what is this 3 of Cups? Oh wow, I'm sorry. What is this 8 of Cups? Poof. What is this 8 of Cups doing here? What is this 8 of Cups doing here? What is this 8 of Cups doing here? Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. What is this 3 of Wands doing here? What is this 3 of Wands? Full energy, yes. New beginning. Start now, my friends. 2 of Pentacles. So finding balance. 3 of Swords. What is this Queen of Pentacles doing here? The World. Wow. And what is this Page of Swords doing here? The World. The Wheel. Okay, the Wheel and the World. Okay. They always seem to me like they're almost the same. Okay, let's go into this Knight of Swords, I do feel like your intuition is guiding you one way or another. Like it's guiding you to do something. You've been thinking about it, whatever it is that you've been thinking about. It's time for you to take action on with this Knight of Swords. Taking action, but with using your intuition. Using your intuition as guidance. Yes, very important. So I do think that it is, if you're pregnant, might be some time for you to walk away from something, like if you feel like you're taking too much, because I'm seeing here, it's time for you to rest. It's time for you for this Four of Swords. It's time for you to take care of yourself, nurturing your body. So important. And if you are, like, I do feel like if you are trying to get pregnant, again, it is like what I'm thinking you're walking away from is actually, I feel like this Three of Swords is sort of like letting go. I almost want to say letting go of the past, and moving forward, resting, coming into peace with whatever happened in the past. It could be that you tried to get pregnant and it just didn't work out. Then that doesn't mean that you won't be able to do now. I do think you have really good positive omens here with this full energy here. Because I do think it's like you're planning, you're getting ready for this new beginning. And for me, the Fool is like the beginning. For me, it could be like beginning of pregnancy, or it could be the beginning of you being a parent. So it's sort of like you're on a new journey here. There's this Two of Pentacles with clarify this Three of Swords. So again, like you might be feeling very strongly emotions. Like I almost want to say it for another, like there might be, if you're pregnant, there's a sense of almost like, I almost feel like there should be the Moon here, like, and emotions past wounds that are kind of being resurfaced. And that's okay, because it's sort of like this is a good time for you to find this inner balance. Even if you're like feeling like, oh my goodness, all these strong emotions here, it's sort of like, regardless of what happens, you can have this balance within yourself. It's almost, that's what I'm seeing, like trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, knowing, like letting go of, I really want to say letting go of the past, and maybe healing from the past, using this time again. With the Queen of Pentacles, with the World, to me, it feels like there is a very, very, very strong, if you're thinking about getting pregnant, this is a really good time. Whenever you watch this, it's a timeless reading. It's meant to hit you, like you're meant to get it to hear it when you're ready for it. And so I do feel like this is a really good time. I want you to also just acknowledge that, like, I feel like there's, because we have the Fool and then we have the World. And for me, it's sort of like you're ending one cycle of possibly, like, if when it's not being a parent and then being a parent, right? Or like from not being pregnant to being pregnant, or from being pregnant to being having a newborn. So there's a sense of understanding that there's these cycles that you're going through, and that it really does, to me, feels like really planning for this new adventure, wherever it is that you are on this. And the Page of Swords, like there's a sense of being honest, but also with the Wheel, of like allowing things to unfold at their own time. Like to me, a page is always kind of the full energy. It's like in the beginning, but this time you're going here, like listening again to your own truth, like not just it's like you have the sword up. It's like your truth, your clarity, being clear on your intentions, and then allowing the universe to help you, is what I'm saying. And then as your intuition, as you sort of like start to get more, I would say downloads, or like you're like, hey, maybe I should do this, then following that, following with action. So I do feel like there's progress here. But once you do this, I do feel like you're going to be on course. You're going to be on fire. Everything's going to start panning out for you. I like this a lot. Let's see. I'm going to be using the Teddy Bear Oracle by V Love and Tarot. And this is my whimsical oracle. You can find that and this on Etsy. Let's see. Stand up for yourself. Okay, yeah. I feel like you do. I do feel like you already do. gossip dims your light. So like, I almost feel like really focusing on you, not focusing on others, or especially if like somebody's saying not so good stuff about you. It's like, life is what you make of it, yes, and only prove to yourself. So I'm almost like it. So stand up for yourself. So really focusing on yourself. And I almost feel like standing up, to me, it's like taking that action that you need to do. And again, because it is, life is what you make of it, right? Like what kind of life do you want to have? You're like, the starting now is really, do you want to have kids? Can you imagine yourself as a parent? Do you want this? Like, and then taking action with it. And then, but doing this because it is something that you want, not anybody else, not letting anybody else interfere in this one. So only prove to yourself. Yeah. I mean, like, and if you're worried about like, oh, am I going to be a good parent? To me, I feel like you are. And I feel like if you listen to your own intuition and your own heart, and not worry so much, like I feel like worrying so much about maybe past mistakes, like, you're going to do just fine. I almost like when I say, like, I'm going to reassure you, it's like, you're going to do just fine. You're going to be awesome. There's nothing to worry about. Like, I almost feel like this gossip is sort of like, other people might be like, oh, like, sometimes you just got to tune other people out, is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like a lot. It's like focusing on yourself now, here and now. That's very strong message. Let's see what other advice we have to give you. We have create a unique style, own it. Again, it's being yourself. I really like that. It's like, yes. You are amazing. Never forget it. Yeah. You don't have to live up to anybody else's expectations. You just live up to your own, and you have like, you can do it. You don't have to be something like for everybody else. If there was ever a time to follow your passion, now is the time. Yes. Again, it's following yourself, following your dreams, following everything. Savor all moments you can't put into words. And it really is enjoying the time that you have right here, right now. Oof. I am really liking this. So I am hoping you like this reading. It's funny because I actually, like, the other one had a really long message, and this one is kind of short and to the point, but I really think everything is going well for you. Like, make that decision. The point is to start now and to start planning for what's next. It's sort of like you're needing to plan what's coming next for you, and really letting go of the past. Whatever mistakes, whatever things, it's sort of like now is using, whether you're pregnant or whether you're thinking about being pregnant, somehow, like, just even the idea of deciding to like, like, have a kid, like, so that's what I'm saying is, even just that, it's gonna change your point of view. It's gonna change it, like, it's gonna mature you in ways that I feel like you aren't even aware of it. But yeah, so it's sort of like, that's what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of growth here, and don't, like, I really just want to say, like, don't, like, listen to others, but really listening to your own intuition and your guidance. And I don't mean, like, if people have good advice, then yes, obviously that's good. But I feel like something right now is dragging a lot of the past, which is maybe, throws you off balance. Not focusing so much on the past, but focusing on the now and in this what's to come next. And that's what I'm seeing here for you. So I hope that makes sense. I mean, like, I really, I wanted you to see that, because I really think, I also feel like you're a bit worried about, like, oh, am I going to do this just right? You're not going to do it just right. You're going to do it right for yourself. And there is no perfect. The imperfect is how we are, and that's how we grow and we blossom and bloom, and that's an important thing. So you're going to be an awesome parent, though. So go for it. Don't let fears or anything. If you want, just go for it. That's what I'm going to say to you. Okay. All right. With that, thank you so much for letting me read your cards. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you do like it, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And just thank you so much. I am sending you so much love and so much light. Until I see you in the next one. Bye-bye, my dear friends. From group 3. So let's see what you're all up here. Let's see what your pregnancy messages are. So we have float, proposal, adapt. Okay, and let's see. Okay. Okay, wow, you have a lot of masculine energy, my friends. And that's not a bad thing at all. We've got to clarify it. But so you have the Emperor, you have the King of Pentacles, and you have the King of Wands. You also have the 3 of Cups, and the 5 of Swords, and 6 of Swords. Okay. I want to clarify right off the bat. I'm going to clarify right off the bat. Sorry. I wanted to, I want to, I'm going to clarify right off the bat. Okay. What is this King of Wands doing here? What is this King of Wands doing here? What is this King of Wands doing here? 9 of Swords and 2 of Wands. Okay. What is this King of Pentacles doing here? What is this King of Pentacles doing here? 2 of Swords. Okay. What is this Emperor doing here? What is this Emperor doing here? 5 of Swords. Okay. What is this 3 of Cups doing here? 3 of Cups doing here. Okay. What is this 5 of Swords doing here? The Lover's choice again. And then what is the 6 of Swords doing here? Page of Cups. Okay. So now we have clarification on that, but we're actually, oh, sorry, I can't show nudity at all, so I didn't notice there was nudity there. So I'm going to say what I think in terms of, okay. All right. This floating and adapting is actually, to me, kind of together here. And so with this pregnancy, or like whether you're trying to get pregnant or whether you are already having, you're already pregnant. Congratulations if you are. So there's a sense of going with the current. I know this, it feels like, I'm just saying like, but it really is. It's sort of like, almost like if you're having any kind of like, if you're hitting any walls, right? If you're hitting any bumps, if you're trying to get like pregnant and you're hitting walls or it's like it's not happening, then it's time for you to like adapt, like try to change things. There's needs for you to like, it's almost like, I feel like, all right, we have to try something else, try something new, try a different approach. Could be like acupuncture for some of you. Like I'm not an expert or anything like that. I'm not like, this is just, you could try acupuncture, try something else, changing up maybe your diet, trying something else, I almost want to feel like looking for the solution rather than I feel it like keep hitting your head against the wall. Because I almost like what I'm seeing with this float is that there should be like, it should be an ease. There should be an ease coming through with this. The proposal is fascinating to me because it's almost like, I think somebody, oh, sorry, my buddy said, what are you going on? What's going on, my friend? I feel like there's like somebody who's trying to help you, maybe giving you some sort of suggestions, like giving you something, right? Like, because I feel like that proposal, it's almost like it's giving you something. Or if you are pregnant and somebody's trying to like, hey, like, I don't know, like work with you on something with that. I feel like, oh, I like choking. You're okay, bud? He's okay. And so, yeah, there's a sense of that. It's like, I feel like somebody's there to help you in some way. That's the proposal energy here. And I feel like this and the king energy, like the masculine energy, somehow is helping you. So whether you're already pregnant or whether you are trying to get pregnant. So if you're trying to get pregnant, there might be some other alternative that you haven't considered. that you might need help with, that from a masculine energy. Like it could be a male doctor or something, I don't know, and doctor, I don't know, but it's something like that's important. For others of you who are actually already pregnant, there's a sense of, in order for things to, that's what I'm saying, like in order for the pregnancy to keep flowing naturally, there you might need to like shift and change something. I don't know what it is, but it just, it feels like it'll be for your betterment. It'll be something that works for you. Like maybe you're being uncomfortable. I was just reminds me that like the other day, random things. Anyways, I was seeing that there was a physical therapist, right, on YouTube. Of course, on YouTube there was a physical therapist that was saying like there's a pregnant lady who was having like apparently when you're pregnant you have trouble breathing because there is your baby's pushing both like on the diaphragm and other things, and so they were actually like doing some like simple like motions to help alleviate that problem. So I'm almost feeling like that's sort of something like that. So what I'm saying is, if you're pregnant and you're having some sort of like issue, maybe with your breathing, maybe I'll even try to link the link, because I feel like for some of you that might be something. So like if you're having trouble with your breathing, or if you're having like, maybe it's just like there's just like, I'm not saying that there's trouble, it's just you could be more comfortable is what I'm saying here. And so what I think, like there should be like a flow, like it should be a nice easy thing, and if there's discomfort, there's a need for you to adapt, and you're being helped along with it. Yeah, and it kind of makes perfect sense here. I want to say, because it's like, again, the Six of Swords is kind of going with that floating, and I do think like the Page of Cups, I'm sorry, I can't show you. So like the Page of Cups here, it's listening to your intuition, and I feel like there's a sense of creativity and also emotions coming through. I do think that it's moving away from like the Five of Swords, which can sometimes be about our ego. So we're like, oh no, we don't really need help. And I feel like what we're saying is that yes, there is a sense of like, yeah, I do think that you do need help in some aspect. I don't, like, it's not a major thing, I don't think, but there is a need for you to adapt in order for things to flow naturally, more naturally. And so making that decision, are you going to like listen to the ego, which will, make it like you hitting against the wall? Or are you going to listen to your, like, the higher self, which I really think is what is coming through here, your higher self, and saying, like, and you have the Five of Swords again, like Five of Swords twice. So yeah, I didn't even notice that. Sorry, I was like over here. I'm like, wow, there's a lot could be that has to do with ego here. And I'm not just saying that. It's just sometimes like we're like, oh, and it might not even be that it's the ego here. It's sort of like, oh, this is just natural and normal, like to be uncomfortable. And I feel like that's like, I feel like it's your spirit saying, no, there's a way for you to, like, this is supposed to be like a more pleasant, like, look at that smiling face, more pleasant. And even here with the Six of Swords, there's supposed to be something more pleasant than it is. But you have to make that decision to maybe go, allow for help, because I feel like it's somebody is trying to help with that proposal coming through. And again, I feel like it's almost here because you have the Three of Cups, and you might be a friend that's helping you, trying to get to you. And the Wheel of Fortune, again, it's adapting. Sorry, it's like, it's all interconnected, my friends. And I really like this one because I feel like, yeah, it's like your friends, it's like people who care about you want to help you. And so if you are trying to get pregnant and you're like having a hard time doing that, right? If you're like, it's like you're hitting against the wall here, then maybe listening to other people's advice might be something that is important for you. Because like I said, it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be like tough for you. I do think, okay, we have the Emperor energy here. And so, and not listening to your intuition, but rather, again, it's sort of like just taking action for the sake of action. And the Emperor here is like with the Five of Swords, like, again, it could be like ego, I feel like, or like not seeing something, because I feel like, look, there's a mask here that's covering the eyes completely. It's like there's something that you're not wanting to see, like, and it's because of like ego here. And there again, it's the choice here, the King of Pentacles. Oh, you have choices a lot here. We have the Two of Wands, Two of Swords, the Lovers, and then so we have this I almost want to say like there's a choice here of like your different approaches, right? So making a choice. There's a sense of wanting to ground, and also like there's a sense of fearing not making the right decision, fearing not making the right choice here, with this 9 and the Two of Wands, or fear of not following the traditional path. And so what I'm saying here is maybe for some of you, so if you're trying to get pregnant, right, but you're having a hard time trying to find alternatives, right? Yes, maybe, get checked out and do all that stuff. Maybe, like you need special things. But for me, it's sort of like what I'm seeing here is that like there's an alternative, the Two of Wands, the path that's not most traveled, like something that you haven't considered, or maybe it scares you or something, but finding that alternative. So if you're trying to there's acupuncture is really supposed to be good for when trying to get pregnant or when you're pregnant too. It helps as well as some special herbs, but they know all that. I'm not a professional. I'm not even, this is not in medical advice at all. That's very important. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm sorry, I have to say it just in case. So there's that. There's also, that's like I said, there was also those physical therapists who were just helping you like have better, like, like breathing, how to open up your chest. Just like that could also be important. So I almost feel like things could be a lot easier for you, but there's needs for help. There's need for looking for alternatives, but making that decision. Yeah. Because I really do think if you want to have the pregnancy, it can definitely be yours. There's just things that there's going to need to be some help, external help. And if you are already pregnant, there's a way to like make it even better. I know it sounds weird, but I feel like there's a need for adapting it in such a way that it could be like, it would be much like, it would be free flowing with this Six of Swords. And I really like the Six of Swords because it's getting you to where you want to be in a more without the rough seas, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see what other thing. And I do feel like other people are here for help. That Three of Cups with the World is sort of like they're there to help you in some way. So from oppression comes power. I actually feel like, and I'm not going to use oppression actually, again, because I'm not looking at something from ignorance, right? If you get out of the ignorance, and I'm not calling you like ignorant in like, oh, you're stupid. No, I mean like sometimes we think that there's only one solution to a problem. What I'm saying here is that that's not the case for you. There's other solutions. Be open to alternatives. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying ignorance in like you're in any other way than too focused on one solution rather than being open to alternatives. That's all I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. So yeah, break the mold. Exactly. Yes. And it's being over and over and over again that you need to like break the mold. Look for alternatives. I'm telling you, there's a whole lot of ways to help. There's even like there's a company called Pink Storks that has some sort of stuff. And so there's like alternatives for if you're trying to get pregnant, or if you're pregnant, how to make your pregnancy better, or how to like how to make it better. So there you go. So, and then like make that commitment to yourself. And for that, I mean like commit, like even the proposal, commit to yourself that you like, I almost feel like allowing, somehow it's like you're making it complicated in some way, and I don't know. And I'm not like it's not a judgment. It's more like I really just keep saying like you're just kind of like so focused on one solution. And so I mean like that, I feel like if you can be open, you're gonna see a lot different things. Get your magic on. Yes. Oh yes, 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 yes. Because that is true. You're capable of manifesting. Okay, so the secret to happiness is the realization that life is a gift. So maybe like pregnancy is a gift, like and literally life is a gift. That's an interesting thing. And scatter love wherever you go. So all of those are interesting. Oh, and look at this. Believe in impossible things. And so maybe if you're thinking, oh, it can't happen, it won't ever happen, like and there's also get out of your shell and explore life. But if it's like, oh, like maybe you have a history, you or your family has this history of like, oh, it's going to be really hard to like conceive, it's going to be really hard to have a, you know, to the birthing, the like everything's going to be like, no, I want you to think about it as not that. It's almost like that's what I want you to, there's an ease, there's a way for you to be happy through this. But it has to be there's a different, either maybe thinking things differently, seeing things in a different thing, getting out of it. I feel like almost like you're thinking of only one solution, really looking for different solutions and believing in impossible things. Yes, I feel like if you're looking at it, if you're considering like, you know, pregnancy, being pregnant, it's possible. Even if like you say, oh, there's a history of like trouble with pregnancy. Then I hope that makes sense, because I do feel like with this get your magic on, I feel like you are a magician energy, and it's being brought in here. You're a manifester. So I hope you like this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. I do have more pregnancy readings. I'll try to remember to put them up here somewhere, or if not, you can go check in the description and check them out. There's like each reading has been very different, and it's a lot of fun. And so if you're getting called to do it, just look into it or consider it. Thank you so much. I feel very honored that I was able to read your cards. And until I see you in the next one, bye bye, my dear friends. From group 4, so let's see what pregnancy messages you have. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Look at that. I want you just right off the bat, look at this Queen of Cups, and then the 10 of Cups. So there is a sense, if you're worried about it, if you're worried about, oh, like, will I get pregnant? There is a sense here, like 10 of Cups, like, lets me know, yes, that you will. I do feel like there might be challenges, not in a bad way, but it challenges to you as your own growth here. I'm going to actually clarify all this, but I do think important for me to say like the 4 of Swords in the sense of comfort, like taking care of yourself, balancing things out, right? Don't just be all action. But let's clarify all of this. So thank you so much for being here. So this is my whimsical oracle, and I'm going to also be using the teddy bear oracle. This one is the teddy bear oracle is by Beloved and Tarot, and it might be retiring. So if you like it, you might want to check it out. There's also this one you can also find on Etsy. I feel like there's going to be messages to you that are important, because I'm seeing a bird come right here. So there's some sort of messages coming through for you, maybe about pregnancy or something to do with pregnancy. Some sort of like pregnancy. It's interesting. All right, let's see. What is this? I'm going to clarify it. We're going to start this way. So what is this 3 of Swords doing here? What is this 3 of Swords doing here? 5 of Cups. Okay. What is this 5 of Wands doing here? What is this 5 of Wands doing here? 9 of Swords. Okay. What is this Page of Wands doing here? What is this Page of Wands doing here? 5 of Wands. What is this 4 of Swords doing here? What is this 4 of Swords doing here? Okay. We have the Page of Swords and the Temperance. What is this Queen of Cups doing here? What is this Queen of Cups doing here? What is this Queen of Cups doing here? Queen of Cups. I love when things like that. What is this 10 of Cups doing here? What is this 10 of Cups doing here? Oh, what is this 10? Queen of Swords. What is this Ten of Cups doing here? What is this Ten of Cups doing here? What is this Ten of Cups doing here? The Page of Cups. There's a lot of page energy here. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat that you do have a lot of like spirit babies around you. So they want to be born. They do. I can tell that they do. So I'm going to go off with this Four of Swords. We want, with this balance here. So it's all like kind of, because look, this balance has to do with the Temperance card and then the Four of Swords. So I'm going to say that you need to have patience with yourself. And so, and patience with yourself, I mean, not just like whether you're wanting to get pregnant or if, this is especially if you are pregnant already, there's a sense of you not needing rest. It's what I'm seeing. There's a sense of needing rest. There's a sense of, sorry, I'm coughing. Sorry if that was really loud. I apologize. A sense of not trying to rush things. Yeah, I feel like, and with this Page of Swords, I feel like it might be that you need to say, hey, I can't do something, like, or being honest with yourself about your own limitations in terms of like your own energy. Like, are you putting all your energy into like other things? Are you like trying to do a whole bunch of stuff when you really should be resting? Right, that's important. Or if you're trying to, I'm going to put it in terms of like, let's say like, I go all out from time to time. I'm very like, it's hard for me. I'm trying to learn the middle path. Sometimes I can be very extremist in terms of like, I'll go all out and then I'll just procrastinate. So this is like my, right? And so I think is a sense, and when I go all out, it's because I feel like there's a sense of like, I have to get it done quickly. And so what I'm seeing with the Temperance is like, no, you don't need to get it done quickly. You need to get it, like, I almost want to say, get it done right. And with that, it's like almost like resting. So maybe for some of you, it's also like getting, meeting halfway there, like on the middle path is what you need to also be kind of going through. I still feel like the Temperance is like saying that, yes, things will happen and they're in your divine timing here. But if you want to get pregnant, if you are looking, there's a sense of also like with the Page of Swords, speaking it out loud, like saying, yes, I would like to be pregnant. Like I would like to have like kids, like actually like almost like sense of prayer coming through here. So there's a sense of prayer, it's a sense of balance as well. Trying to get yourself resting when you need to. Really, really, really being honest with yourself. Very important. And I think the Destiny with the Temperance card makes a lot of sense to me because it's like things will work out. I really do feel like there's a sense of reassurance here. Whether it's like you're already pregnant, you're like, oh, is this gonna be like, is it going to be good? Is it gonna like, it's like, I feel like what I'm seeing here with these cards is like, it's gonna work out. There may be some hiccups here and there because we're releasing a lot of stuff here actually. We are, with this Page of Wands is like we're moving forward. So like look at it, see how many pages you have. You have 3 pages. I'm just like, there's no Page of Pentacles, but so I do feel like maybe you are going to there might be others who might not. Actually, it might be others that might be there to like say, oh no, like, or like kind of disagree with you, but it might just be an internal battle. This is you. I almost feel like you have to face your own fears. It's sort of what I'm seeing here. Even here, you have to face the fears of like, oh, will I get pregnant or not? Or like, will it happen? Or like, will it, like, will the pregnancy be good? Will I give birth and all this? It's sort of like, I feel like you have a lot of different, like, I just keep like fears that you keep on. But if you just want to say, take it one step at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself with all these, like, I want to say worries or like, oh, contradicting desires. That's what I'm seeing, like different contradicting desires. Oh, and then we have this like this 3 of Swords. So like maybe if you had if you had a miscarriage or something like that, or something where your heart was really hurt. And then Five of Cups is sort of like saying, yes, it did happen, and I'm not saying not to feel it, but it's sort of like it's sort of being brought back again. It's like you're being brought into that and staying that energy, when I feel like the universe is saying like, no, you need to come out of that energy, because this is like, and I really want to say this is the true outcome of what it is, the 10 of Cups. Happiness, family, joy. But we'll go to that one because we're making our way. So again, look at this any kind, okay. And so if you're arguing with others, right, if you're in the state of where you're like kind of like arguing or trying to, or even arguing with yourself, like you're arguing with yourself, you're like, oh my goodness, having a lot of internal conflict, acknowledging that it's coming from a place of fear. Like this is the 9 of Swords. It's coming from a place of fear, and it's coming from a place of regret, and of like past mistakes, of hurt, of pain, something to do with the past, where you're just like, you're unsure of it. And I feel like there's a sense of you worrying that there's gonna be pain. So like you're gonna like for some of you, I feel like, oh, there's still a worry about like, oh, maybe I'll have another miscarriage, or maybe I'll have a miscarriage, or maybe like things won't go smoothly, or like maybe, like maybe I'll never get pregnant, like all of that, or maybe I'll be a terrible mother, or maybe I'll be a terrible father. It's sort of like there's a sense of like I want to say like there's a sense of dooming, but it's coming from fear, and it's coming from maybe like feeling like something where you didn't feel like you were good enough in some aspect. And so what I'm seeing here is that understanding, or if you can understand where this any kind of conflict, or if you're arguing with your significant other as you're being pregnant, or you're fighting against, or they're fighting with you, right, or there's some sort of misunderstanding, like pausing, because this is important. You need to pause and not try to get at each other, or even like not try to get at yourself, and really like going deep within yourself, like where is this coming from, what is the true fear, what is the true feeling right behind it. And I'm glad that we have the Page of Cups, because I feel like there's a sense of, yes, there's a sense of clarifying your emotions, really clarifying where this is coming from, and looking at things but very much in a playful manner. And there's, again, with the Queen of Swords, I do think that there is a sense of clarity coming through, right? But it's not something to be taken too like seriously. Like I don't want the Queen of Swords can be a very like heavy energy, but it's being lightened here with the Page of Cups. It's like clarity, but with ease, clarity with playfulness. And I do think that you have the Queen of Cups twice. So really listening to your own intuition, and really kind of, I think, understanding that however you're feeling, because I feel like there's a sense of overwhelm, like whether like there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of like you're not sure about different things about yourself, and maybe also with like significant other, or with your friends, or somebody where you're having like miscommunications. And that's the important thing. There's a lot of miscommunication here, because it's also it might be coming from their fear, and you're coming from your place of fear. So it's a sense of needing to like look at things from using your intuition, and a sense of and I want to say empathy, because I feel like they're like the Queen of Cups is very empath, like has an empath. So looking at it, understanding where they're coming from, and even understanding where you're coming from, and having this emotional maturity. And if you can have that, like, and trusting, I really want to say trusting in the universe, because things I feel like are working out for you. There's a divine timing here, but there is a sense of like, stop trying to like, like you there's too many like conflicts here. We have the Five of Wands, and it's repeating twice. It's sort of like you're having to like battle something, or battling people, and I feel like also battling yourself. Really being honest. That's why the Queen of Swords is there, but being honest with like with the sense of understanding of understanding that you don't have all the answers. I really want to say that. And then there's a sense of like comfort here. It just Also needing more rest. Sometimes we can feel very overwhelmed or not getting enough sleep. So that just might be something for you to hear. It's like, take it easy. Sort of what I'm saying here. Trusting yourself. Things are working out. You have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, like things are working out for you. You also have like a lot of page energy. So that's like total childlike spirits all around you. But just, and I really don't, I don't want to say like oh, I be facing the emotions, facing the 5 of Cups, facing the 9 of Swords, facing the 3 of Swords, understanding that there's all these emotions underneath the surface of what's bringing about to this communication, or like even this internal conflict within yourself. All right, let's see what other things are coming through. Humility brings true success. Okay, there's a sense of wanting humility. Kindness goes a long way. So kindness towards others and like humility is understanding that we don't know everything, right? We don't know everything. We you know, like and also like humility also comes in from knowing that we are all like, I really, maybe it's a thing, but I think most of our like conflicts comes from a place of fear. Yeah, like fear is always the undertone for everything. And if you have humility, you understand that, and you can see it in others, and you don't feel like, oh, like you don't have to one up somebody. It's sort of like, okay, I want to say like, how do we solve this together? And kindness towards yourself, like, and towards your past, and towards others who are also coming from a place of fear. There's a lot of growth here for you. Apologize like you mean it. So if you were headbutting, if you were having arguments or miscommunications, like I call miscommunications with like significant like loved ones, right? Apologize, right? If especially if it's coming from a place of like, explain to them. It's like apologize and explain to them, hey, you know, I'm coming from a place of fear. I'm scared. If you can like, and there's a sense of humility, being vulnerable, you can acknowledge that, right? Or like even ask her, like, is this something that, you know, like, what is, like, if you can listen to somebody without having your defenses ready to go, like, and being willing to really listen to somebody, like, it's really hard, especially if it's somebody, like, if they're saying something you don't like, right? Our immediate way of reacting to somebody or that says something we don't necessarily want to hear is our defenses go up. But when the defenses go up, we stop listening. We stop hearing what they're saying. We right away, the ego comes out and wants to like, basically we start poking back, right? And that's how the 5 of Wands happens, and other things. All right, one more. Come out, whoever you are. Oh, I really like this. Oh, and look at this. Share your heart. It is. I do want to say like this. It's sort of like, I'm like, come out, or whoever you are. I feel like this is it. This is who you're meant to be, like, here in terms of like your family. This is your buddy. This is gonna be your baby. He's gonna come out or she's gonna come out. Doesn't matter. They're there. But just like, I want to say they're hiding from all this. Because there's so much fear, there's so much fear. So if you're trying to get pregnant and you're having a hard time, really check in, like say like, what conflict, what emotions am I hiding? What fears are stopping this? Like, there's fears that are underlying, that are not allowing the manifestation of your baby. And also, if you are pregnant and if you're like, there's a lot of like emotions, because yeah, you get emotions. There's a lot of hormones going all over the place, but there's an important thing. So it's sort of like your baby's like, hey, I'm here. Like, maybe shifting away from all the fears and into the hope of like, hey, right here, you're gonna have a baby. Like, that's, oh, I love it, because that to me is just like, oh, it's a combination. It's sort of like a confirmation too. Come out, whoever you are, right? You don't, You don't have preconceived notions of your baby. It's like they're going to be a whole new human. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah, I'm excited for you, my friends. Let's see. What other guidance can we give you? Be the reason somebody smiles today. So yeah, being love, being humility, like kindness, right? There's a sense of kindness there. Oh, look at that. Learning new way to think helps you master a new way to be. So thinking, instead of like always listening to your worries, like understanding where they're coming from, and then also like learning how to heal them, and like, you know, find comfort even in discomfort. Does that make sense? I think it does. Oh, look at this, look at this. Oh my goodness. I have so many confirmations in this reading. Break out of your shell. You were born to shine. And again, it's sort of like, again, it's almost like there's a new, with this pregnancy, right? Even like as you get pregnant or something, there's a new you wanting to emerge as well. As you figure yourself out. But in that process there, you have to face your fears and you have to face the past as well. Wow, I really, 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 really like it. And then we have nurture yourself. It's essential for your well-being. Again, taking care of yourself, finding this balance, if you need to rest, you know. So I think with that, I'm gonna just kind of let that be. But I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please, 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 please do consider giving it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Also check out all the other of the pregnancy messages. I have several. And thank you for letting me read your cards. It's very beautiful energy, my friends. And so if you're worried, there's so much confirmation that you will get pregnant. There's so much confirmation that you will be a parent, and to allow yourself to be who you are right now, and watch yourself change and grow in this process. Thank you so much. I feel so honored I was able to read your cards. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends.